Baltimore and WERQ-FM, HD3 Baltimore. We are 1010 WOLB.
The views and opinions of the guest and host you hear on 1010 WOLB
are not necessarily those of the staff and management of Radio 1, its sponsors, or advertisers.
You're tuned in. Now turn us up. It's time for the TightKnit Radio Show. The TightKnit Radio Show. Solutions, education, entertainment, and positivity for our hearts, minds, souls, and community. With your hosts, Ertha Harris, Maylon Butler, Troy Rawlings, and special guests. Let's go. It's the TightKnit Radio Show, and it starts right now.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? This is Troy Rawlings here live for the TightKnit Radio Show. Welcome. Happy Saturday. It's Saturday, July the 18th, 2026. Our hostess with the mostest, Ertha Harris, is down in the ATL. I don't know if she's just chilling because Ertha is one of the most vacationists dipping out of town in this people I know. But
that's why I dipped in there. I'm dipping.
There she is. But I'm doing the coast-to-coast thing. Ertha, are you in Atlanta yet, Ertha?
I am in Atlanta, and man, we are on fire here because I'm at a conference talking about environmental justice. And man,
what's the conference?
Great. It's talking about environmental justice because of another thing we don't pay attention to is our environment. And we're focused on health, so one of the things that's killing the most is our environment. So I wasn't even thinking that, Troy, until I got into this conference. But a lot here in Baltimore, we're getting a lot of problems from the fire in Canada, and people are complaining about.
Yeah, I heard it was like a cold purple or something. Cold purple air.
Yes. They had over 300 kids just got hospitalized that has asthma. It affects really the air quality affects really a lot of people that have asthma. So It's so crazy because sometimes you focus on things like paying your bills and this and that, and you forget that basically we need to focus on our health and things that's in the environment that's killing us, and people just don't really pay attention to it. So I'm learning a lot down here and how to grow our own food, guys. Clean water and growing our own food is the things that we have to educate.
We need our own gardens.
We need our own gardens.
Our own vegetables. They done contaminated the vegetables, Ertha.
No, yeah, they was talking about people got stomach problems and going to the bathrooms, and I was like, what's the problem? Eating vegetables. I was like, man, you can't eat vegetables. What can we eat? What we can eat is food that we grow.
The food chart, and they flipped it upside down, and then they said you can't eat vegetables, and it's crazy. Craziness.
But you know what I love about this platform is, like you said, we coast to coast. So what also is the problem? When you get good information, we got to be impactful, guys. We got to spread it all across the country. And with Troy being able to be in California and LA, right? Yeah, Los Angeles, right? Me to be up here. One of the things I noticed here even in Atlanta, we have a lot of people that's focused on Washington, D.C. So I forget that too, Troy. Baltimore is so close to all of the policy making, all of the laws and stuff like that. So for you to be able to be part of TightKnit Radio shows that we need to make sure that we have the right platforms in place, which is communication, which is worldwide, which spreads.
And also keeping a national and a global mindset that I'm a Baltimore brat. Yeah, we broadcasting from Burbank to Baltimore. We got is it Deron the one who's on the who's the engineer, the super producer in the studio. He was like, yeah, you want to come on now? I was like, brother, we only got 3 minutes. He's like, you on time. He used Ertha be running in there. I know how she do. He's like, Deron, you just take the first 5 minutes. He's like, you want me to talk?
Look, let me tell you, Troy, I'm so good, I might have him do the show. He just don't know that yet. Butter him up a little bit. 13 years running, the TightKnit Movement radio show has been on the air on 1010. Big shout out to Kathy Hughes. Thank you, Kathy Hughes, for just opening opportunities for people. I have a radio background.
Ertha has actually, y'all don't know, Ertha has a banking and finance background, let alone producing shows and stuff around Baltimore. You don't know that. Rest in peace to our brother Bernard, who was a part of the Black Promoters Association under Al Heyman, and was doing big stuff in North Carolina. And, you know, me and Ertha go back 20 years. And I remember when she came up with the idea of just forming TightKnit. All it was is her putting together what she already. First time I met Ertha, and anybody knows this, first time I met Ertha, the sister talked to us for 4 hours. Nonstop. Right. I fell asleep at Golden Dragon and said, if I don't leave. We started at a U30 event at the Holiday in Belmont. It was me, Mike, a bunch of other people. We talking, and she's talking like she talks now. This was 20 years ago. She's talking about everything. She's running everything down. And I was like, this is powerful. We went from this thing, but let's go somewhere. Where can we eat? We can eat at Golden Dragon till 4 in the morning. I don't even know if they still do that. But we Golden Dragon till 4 in the morning. But before we, I want to talk about what you dropped on me about Derek Chase loves karaoke.
Yes.
I want to.
And it's so great because he had a 55th birthday celebration at his own establishment, which is called The Garage. It's located at 6 East Lafayette. And when he was there during his celebration, he said, you know what? I called on my friend Howard to do karaoke for my birthday because that's what I want to do. So he sung a couple of karaoke songs, and he said, this is what I love.
I saw the video of Derek Chase. Derek wants to be a singer because, you know, he'd let everybody know. You know, I started with Raheem Devon.
And guess who showed up? And he was at his birthday party, too. So Raheem showed up at the birthday party. Yep, Raheem was there. So, you know, after Chase did his song, Raheem, like, kicked him off. Let me show you. No, I'm just kidding. But Raheem performed, too. Let me show you the real thing about. But it shows us, just like we're talking now, Troy, that we have so many great things that we have done together that we need to do better. So a light bulb came on and said, wait a minute. Hey, guys, we got this big facility that Derek Chase owns. This man is not even leasing his building from someone. He actually told us that he owns it. He told people in his birthday party his dream, and he said, you know, the last birthday party he had the owner there, and he brought the owner on stage. And he told the owner, you know what, I'm going to buy this building. You see how much support I have? And the owner kind of chuckled because I think the building was like $1 million. So, you know, he chuckled because you know how people think we ain't have no money. So before we know it, he bought it. You know,
like, that's funny. Make sure you pay that.
And that's the truth. So we got footage on there so that, you know, guys on stage looking at Chase like, yeah, right. So the thing that we have to go back and do.
We always talk about the thing of one of the biggest things that Ertha talks about and we talk about on TightKnit is doing things for the community. But the biggest thing we talk about is ownership. The more ownership we have, the more leverage we have, the more power we have. And
let's talk about that leverage. So now we should leverage that because what did not come on the light bulb to me, why aren't we utilizing this particular space? And why don't we utilize the particular space based on the owner wanting his space to be used for his own purpose, which is karaoke? So we brought back karaoke because we did try karaoke several times when he first had the venue before he even bought it. And we just want to tighten up the marketing and the strategy. So this time, Troy, going back around just like we're doing with the TightKnit radio show, we decided that we need to put out a message to all of us. When is it that we can stop and enjoy each other's company, stop and everybody come and be there having a good time? So we want to take Chase's opportunity at the garage. I called all my who's who's. I called Mark Clark and Ryan the Line, if he's listening, and all of my friends, and they all said, yes, we'll show up. Larry Lancaster, they said we'll show up because people are thinking what I'm thinking. We need to get to a point where we show the best of Black Baltimore. So the best of Black Baltimore, we all know each other.
Let me tell them what it is.
Okay, go ahead.
It's Derek Chase loves karaoke, and we love our brother Derek Chase. TightKnit Karaoke. We present the TightKnit Karaoke Network and event. Get ready to sing your heart out at the new TightKnit Karaoke. And you said this is going to be once a month, right, Ertha? Did she roll out?
I'm sorry,
Is it going to be once a month?
Yes, we want to kick it off once a month because we want this thing to be so impactful that we don't want to wear people out. One of the things when you talk about the greatness of us, we manage our time and we manage our resources. So this one will be once a month. The first one will kick off on August the 27th. So on
August the 27th. Is that 7 p.m. to 11 p.m.?
7 p.m. to 11 p.m. And the good thing about it, Troy, is that, like you said, this is a committed model. So one of the things, like I said, just a few people that I named, we want you guys to call me, Ertha Harris, 443-655-7198, and say, look, I will be committed to showing up because we're doing things to difficulty where we should just focus on the main thing that most business need is customers. The main customer should be ourselves. And what we're giving you guys is an opportunity to join us as a committed, yes, I will show up. I need to spend time with you, Ertha, Derek Chase, and all the other people there. And plus, this is your time to even showcase whatever you got going on. You know, we're giving opportunities to vendors. We're giving opportunities.
So give that date one more time, too, Ertha. Give that date one more time. We got our guest just came in. Okay,
good. So August the 27th, guys.
August the 27th.
7 to 11 at the garage, which is located at 6 East Lafayette. It's right down by 10 train station. So you come up the street, right there on Lafayette. So you people who live in D.C., catch the train down on Thursdays and join us. And again, if you need more information, just give your girl Ertha a call, 443-655-7198, 443-655-7198. Thank you, Troy Rollins.
Yo, Ertha Harris, y'all. Ertha Harris.
That's right.
Yeah, we heard you. All right, so we're about to bring on. Thank you, Ertha. I'm gonna hit up some more of that later. Don't forget, Derek Chase loves karaoke. TightKnit presents karaoke. It's coming up August 27th. It'll be once a month after that. It's August 27th, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the Garage, right there in Baltimore, 6 East Lafayette. Where they have the best of Black Baltimore winners, Derek Chase and Shonda Devine. Also special guest, Ertha Harris, of course. Don't forget you can reach Ertha at 443-655-7198, 443-655-7198 for more information. Also, Tia Reed is going to be there. Tia Reed Jr. and Molly Man to be in the building with some other special guests. So it's going to be a fun event. And everybody loves to sing or know somebody that can sing and this, that, and other. So if y'all just tuning in, I'm Troy Rawlings, your host for today, your co-host. You usually hear my voice on the TightKnit intro, but I do coast to coast. So it's from Baltimore to Burbank, or Burbank to Baltimore. I'm broadcasting live from Burbank. Special shout out to Radio 1, 1010 AM. We want to talk about something that's coming up this week that I have the pleasure of being a part of here in Los Angeles. And for those that know me, you know I'm a comedian amongst other things, and I love doing comedy and host events. I love teaching. And this event that my girl Hope Flood started, comedian, comedy vet, diva, business owner, she's that good diva. She's not a bad diva. She is a bad diva sometimes. She'll talk to you about that later. But Hope Flood is doing the 11th annual Comics Rock Convention. It's supposed to be the 20th annual, but we'll talk about why she keeps stopping, too. Here in Los Angeles, actually Sunday is the kickoff. Tomorrow is the kickoff here in Los Angeles, if you're in Los Angeles, because we're celebrating Hope's 60th birthday. And I want to talk about the beaches, booties, and the drop. Anyway, is Hope Flood on the line?
Flood is on the line. Hope Flood is on the line. Hope Flood is on the line.
What's going on, Hope?
Man,
don't let Hope fool you. Hope is we got to figure out this radio thing because Hope comes from radio. So I love talking to Hope on air.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I had the opportunity to work with some of the greatest radio DJs in the business. BJ Murphy out of Charlotte, Skip Murphy out of Dallas. So yeah, I've been doing radio and everything, but I am here to talk about. First, I want to address Ertha and the karaoke. Let's make it clear. Karaoke is for people who cannot sing. In LA, It kills me.
Can you say that for the people in the back? Because you know the people in the back can hear you. Miss Ertha,
karaoke is for people who cannot sing.
Thank you.
People who can sing. Go get you a record deal if you can sing, okay?
And you know what?
Hey, Hope.
But somebody told me karaoke is Korean. It's Korean, and it stands for tone deaf. I said I even looked it up. I don't know if that's true, but they said.
Are you serious?
You know, yeah. Somebody, if you notice, that karaoke it was started. They said more like a Korean thing.
Yeah, it was a Korean thing. They take it serious. They take it serious. They go in and have a ball.
Yeah.
The guy who invented it is Korean, and he just passed away. Recently.
Yep, he invented it. And they said that word karaoke means tone deaf, guys. And all these people get up. Yeah. And I think it's because they missed their opportunity to be a star, so they try to be a star karaoke person. But I love that you said that. Look, guys, it's supposed to be for.
Hold up, because the ones in L.A., people be trying to get their deals, and she's right. Look, I used to host a karaoke in Baltimore. I guest hosted a karaoke, and they threw me out of there because these people were coming up with CDs, Hope, with their picture on the CDs with other people's music. I said, you didn't do "I Always Love You." Ain't that Whitney? Like, just play the doggone track 3, Troy, and stop giving me. I was like, why are y'all so serious in here? Baltimore don't play either, so I'm just letting y'all know it's for fun.
Yeah, people in L.A.
This is why, guys, we have our own platform. So guess what? Who gets up and sings? Me. I make sure I get up and sing and show people. I said, I don't know about y'all, but let me show you how karaoke really be done. Because, see, we also got to be the ones, the non-singers, got to be the ones that throw a karaoke so people say, oh, so that's what it really looks like, because, it's my karaoke and I sing it, but I can't sing either. But I love it because you're supposed to bring out your alter ego. That's what I'm pushing. I would love for people to show up. Put out your alter egos, when you're singing in the bathroom or singing to a song. Please come out to karaoke, guys, and have fun.
Absolutely, I agree.
Come out and have fun, Baltimore. Y'all know how to have fun, and it's one of our own venues, so it's gonna be.
And
fun.
Baltimore people, leave the guns at home. You come in to sing and have a good time. Leave your guns at home, okay? This ain't a
Baltimore's
shootout.
Been doing good on that tip. Baltimore's been drastically
y'all ain't the murder capital no more?
No, baby. No, Baltimore has the lowest rate in 50 years.
Crime is down. But let me tell you what I did. Just like
crime is down so much that I saw a white professor on the air the other day talking about how to use Baltimore as an example for the rest of the country and the places where gun violence is so high. So Baltimore, keep doing what you're doing. I actually watched the broadcast. With a white economics professor. I forgot his name. Okay. But if you pull in economics professor, Baltimore gun violence, you'll see it. It'll pop up on YouTube.
Got it. Understood.
But I
am here to talk about Miss Ertha. Okay, because Miss Ertha, I think it's my turn now. But anyway, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, just one more thing about the karaoke that I want to talk about.
I told you ain't got to start it.
No, I want people to get focused because, like Troy just told you, what we should do is we got to call on each other, just like you and Troy is doing the radio show.
Yes.
A lot of times, what we have to do, we got to remember that we know people. So this particular karaoke is a bunch of my friends. That's all I want to know. I called on some people, so hopefully they don't bring no guns, but it's all the who's above.
No, anybody bring guns.
Nobody bring no guns.
I was joking.
I'm clowning Miss Ertha. I'm a comedian.
I know, but the beautiful part is the networking that we have you on, and again, I appreciate you coming on to the TightKnit radio show. I want to show people this is how it works. I don't know you, but Troy know you. We have to tighten up because we got some good people out here doing some good things, and we all should stay informed.
Yes, thank you, Miss Ertha, so much. And I am doing some good things, too. This weekend, it starts, Troy, my 11th annual. It's supposed to be 14 years, but I keep quitting because I keep dealing with the mental illness of all the comedians that come from all over the country and stuff. So I created a whole
mental... We're not talking about any of the comedians that have registered. There we go.
Okay. No, we're not. We're talking about all of them that have registered and stuff or whatever. And so so I have a whole mental health awareness workshop from my therapist that's coming and bringing a staff so people can be, you can diagnose what's going on with you. A lot of people are walking around here and don't know what they got.
Back in the day. Who was at the Hope Talk?
Yeah, not the trap one. I have my other one. She's a licensed marriage counselor. She got a lot of letters behind her name and everything. And she's coming, a lot of letters. And she's coming and going to bring in, and people can be able to privately get diagnosed and privately talk about what they need to do to heal, what meds or cannabis or CBD they may need to take in order to deal with whatever is going on in their head and everything like that to heal, because we all have something going on. And so that's important to me, that we have that class. So basically the 11th annual Comics Rock Convention, comicsrockconvention.com is starting out July 19th to 23rd, so it starts tomorrow. I'm in my storage right now. The CEO is in here putting together registration bags, T-shirts, honoree bags and stuff. I'm here, and I got to pick up my staff. So my girls came in from Florida and Louisiana to help me, but I just wanted to get a head start on it so we don't have to be dealing with it all day. I've been working on this for about 6 months, and it's a lot of work.
Let's go back a little bit, Hope. Tell people why you started the Comics Rock Convention in the first place. Because initially, I remember it was it for all women. Female comics?
Just for women. It was all for women. It was called the Females in Comedy Convention. I have a group on Facebook called FICA, Females in Comedy Association, and it's about 5,000 or 6,000 girls in the group that are comedians, and I started a conversation about comedy and why we are so behind the men, and I speak about this all the time. Like, a black female comedian hasn't had a sitcom on in her name in a major network since The of a Doll, and that was 1992. And so we were like, okay, what's wrong with that? But there's some bad females come up along the pipe for the and I'm honoring one of them, and they coming along, and they are fabulous and stuff. So basically, I took what I learned and didn't learn in my 35-year journey in comedy, and I put it into workshops and seminars to help comedians win, and that they don't have to spin their wheels for 30 years doing comedy or stand-up. That's our first love. But a lot of them have a lot of other gifts in them that they haven't even stirred up those gifts. Some of them are radio hosts. Some of them are voiceover, commercials. Some of them are podcasters, and all of that, influencers and stuff. So I took that and put them into workshops and seminars so people can get an aha moment and say, you know what, I can do this and that and not be starving to death out here trying to do stand-up comedy every night. And so that's basically what I did. It's an assignment from God because I quit every year, and he keeps bringing it back to me. And so here I am at the 11th year.
And I tell you, she kicks, screams, rolls on the ground, and quits she kicks and screams and rolls like Patti LaBelle and quit every year. Tells everybody at the event, farewell, and this is going to be last year. And they're like, what? And literally, that's the farewell brunch. I'm just letting y'all know we're not doing it next year. Good night.
Yeah. And then I cuss everybody out and stuff, whatever. And people it's a running joke now, Troy, that if I don't cuss you out, I don't like you. So everybody like, did you get cussed out? They were like, no. They said, Hope don't like you then.
Hold up. Here's another thing I want people to know. You don't have to be a comedian.
No.
You don't have to be a comedian to come to this. There's so much information. Yeah, I met one of my mentors, Sharetta Herring Oglesby, at the event, who was teaching on there's a grant for this. She changed my whole perception about 501c3s, Ertha and all them to tell you. I started working more heavily in that because she spoke before I was speaking one day. I was like, she's like, I know, I got to talk to her. I'm just... I was like, some people come from all around the country. And here's another thing. If you just want to come to the event to get away to L.A., it's this week, or if you're in the area, all of the people who are listed and then some will be, like, all of the famous comedians that you know and love will be in the building. All of them. Yeah. All of them will be in the building. So everybody that she lists is there.
Oh, yeah, all the workshops. And
there hasn't been a year I've been there that somebody has missed out. Like when you do at least for the purple carpet.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And so that's been, that I started that as well. I started off honoring one person and then one person. And then year 4, I said, I'm going to start honoring more people because they keep dying. So I said, let me give them their flowers before they leave. And so one year I honored 4 people, then I honored 6 people, and now I'm up to 10 people. And so I'm just giving us our flowers while we are here. I'm also honored to be doing a special tribute to my boy, one of the comedy greats, Mr. Ricky Harris. And so his family is coming. His daughter is flying in from New York, and we're doing a tribute. I don't ever want people to forget Ricky and his body of work and his contribution to comedy. And we got many of his friends are going to get up and speak and tell stories about him. And Ricky had the best funeral to date. He still has had the best funeral. I know that sounds crazy, but Ricky had a funeral where a fight broke out and somebody almost knocked.
I was about to say, you said it's the best. Remember, y'all, Hope is from that little joke about the gun thing. Hope is from L.A. She's an L.A. brat. Like I'm a Baltimore. Yeah. She's an L.A. brat. So her just saying that Ricky Harris had the best funeral, and the first thing I thought was like, I heard that they started banging.
Oh yeah, they started fighting and stuff. What happened was Ricky's nephew. Ricky had been telling his nephew what was going on between him and Snoop Dogg. Snoop and Ricky grew up in Ricky's father's church, and everybody thought that Ricky was going to be the rapper and Snoop was going to be the comedian because Snoop is really funny. Oh, he's so funny. Yes. And so they thought, and then when they switched it and Ricky became the comedian and Snoop the rapper, they were like, okay, now what? And so Ricky was talking to the nephew as he got sick and stuff about whatever was going on between him and everything. And so the nephew felt that it was his opportunity at the funeral to address Snoop about what Ricky had said. And so he went, people talking about he crazy. I
didn't know it was, I heard something happened where somebody stepped to Snoop, but I did not know that was.
Yeah, and then Daz Dillinger knocked him out. And when he knocked him out, he fell back and almost knocked Ricky's casket over. So it is to date the best. And I know Ricky. I know Ricky so well. I know Ricky was like, y'all ain't going to put me in the ground. I know y'all ain't going to put me in the ground and forget about me. That's how Ricky talked. Y'all ain't going to put me in the ground and forget about me. And to date, it's still the best, most talked about funeral of all time. Everybody started running around and running out of there and this and that. And it was just.
Hope is L.A. to the bone. She just said the best, not her grandma, not when Andre Crouch and them came and sung at somebody's funeral. She said the scrap and Ricky Harris. Oh, give us some of the people if you have. I know you got a lot on you. I know. First off, thank you for coming on because most people don't know what it takes to put together. Me and Ertha know we've done events, produced events, but most people don't have a clue what it takes to put together a conference, and then putting together a conference with one of the most quote unquote disrespected genres of entertainment in existence, meaning that you're bringing people in to say, okay, let me show you the bit. And when I tell you it's a conference show, I would usually teach radio and podcast etiquette 101. People know I've been in radio now for 26 years. So I would teach that and how to monetize all that stuff. And I remember calling Hope one day and said, Hope, how many people should I bring? I'm printing out I'm at the print place. I'm printing out some things. How many people are going to be in the class? She was like, it should be 80. I was like, yeah, I'm just going to email them because this packet is, I say 80. And you realize you're teaching an actual class to real people who have come from around the country to really find out about this. So you have to know your stuff. This year I'm teaching on hosting and crowd work because this is the thing that's prevailing in a lot of the things. A lot of people have a misconception about it. But can you name some of the people, not just the purple side, can you name some of the people? I know it's a lot. It's a lot.
The workshop, Shane Forbes will be there. Shane is a major comedian and stuff. He's teaching AI. I call it AI. He's teaching social media and AI. I have Greg Dean, who taught Whoopi Goldberg and Sherry Shepherd. He's coming to teach a class that's called Comedy Step by Step. And he stopped. He would work with Ringling Brothers and all that. And he stopped because nobody was teaching about comedy. And he has made a great living having workshops and seminars. My boy Rodney Perry is coming. He teaches an interactive improv class because you need improv in comedy because if you're on stage and somebody drops a glass or something, you have to address these things. You can't just let it go or somebody's heckling you. And so Rodney teaches that class with interactive little sessions and things like that. So everybody's excited about that. I got you coming teaching crowd work because that's a big thing now, crowd work and how to do crowd work. I have my girl, she's a filmmaker out of Jacksonville. She's teaching auditioning techniques. A lot of comedians don't know how to go to auditions and really audition. Now that they're doing them online, you still need to know how to audition. Mike Pointer, who teaches So You Want to Be in Commercials, he's like one of the number one commercial teachers, and people have booked a lot of commercials. Xavier Paul Cadu, he teaches voiceover 101. He has his body of work and his credits are just unbelievable. And I'm honored this year to have choir boy from the Five Heartbeats, Tico Wells, is teaching acting 101. I love Tico. And if you guys watch the Five Heartbeats, he was choir boy. And so I got him to teach a class. Oh, my God, I'm teaching in class on the business of comedy and credit glow up, on how to get your credit score up. Even with bad credit, you can still boost your credit score. I sat down one Saturday and boosted my credit score about almost 60, 70 points just with doing some simple things. And so I'm going to teach.
They're going to call you tonight. They're going to start calling you tonight.
Probably tonight. And so it's just some simple things that you can do to help boost your credit. So I'm teaching that. Let's see, I got Andre Bailey. He's a young comic out of Oakland. He's coming to teach physical comedy. Oh, my boy, our boy, and he's being honored this year. Alex Thomas is teaching a class that he just started called Joke Notes. Joke Notes. And teaching comics that every joke ain't going to hit. Every joke ain't going to do this. Kente Scott is teaching a class. He only takes 12 students, and it's a punch-up class. You know, sometimes you have a joke and you don't have a premise, or you have a premise and no punchline. And so you get up in front of the class, you tell your joke or whatever you're working on, and then him and the other students in the class help you find the punchline or find the premises on it. And that's a class that's only open to like 12 people. God, what else do I have? I have mental illness class. I got my girl coming to teach. She does Social Security benefits for people. So that's important. We're older now. We're getting older, and we can be applying for our Social Security. What are you waiting on? Get it now. What are you waiting on? You can get it now. You don't have to wait till you're 65, and a lot of people don't know how to do it. You know, a lot of people don't know how to do it and stuff. So that, and let's see, I got, oh my God, so many people that's coming. And then on Tuesday, oh my God, Judy Carter. She wrote the Comedy Bible. She's our keynote speaker, and she's coming to teach. She's got a new book out called Funny Money and How to Make Money, you know, in comedy and other things, and she's so excited to come. And then we're starting off. Now, I usually do the convention in either April because people get their money. It's tax time. Last time I did it in 2023, I did it in September. But this year I did it because it's my 60th birthday, and I wanted to share it with and have people, that comedians that I love from across the country, come and celebrate life with me. My 60th spin around the sun. And so I just want them to come. So it starts tomorrow so people come to LA and they never really get to experience LA when they come to the convention because there's so many moving parts day and night. So we're going to start off with a meet and greet, beach party at the beach. My boy, comedian Mad Marv, he has these fabulous burgers that he sells at the beach. So he's going to do all the food and hot dogs and stuff. And it's just coming to hang out and get to know each other and meet each other. And then that night is my birthday at the Free Space in Inglewood. It's an old Black Hollywood theme. Thank God it's cooling down by the evening because people are going to be suited and booted. It was been 80 degrees at night here. And so that's
yeah, buddy. Y'all just missed it. People coming in LA, y'all just missed the heat wave.
Yes, and then Monday starts our workshops and seminars. I teach the first class. I pray over everybody. We talk about the business of comedy, and then it goes from there. Tuesday is our keynote speaker, and then we have a industry panel mixer hosted by Tina Graham and Eric Young, who's the road manager for Michael Blackson. So they're coming, and we got a publicist coming, we got promoters coming, we got comedy bookers coming, and they can just ask them questions. It's a taco party, so because it's Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, and then it's the Purple Carpet Celebrity Comedy Awards tribute, where I'm honoring the GOATs, the legends, and the movers and shakers in the comedy game. Alex Thomas is getting the Living Legacy Icon Award. Miguel Nunez, the Lifetime Achievement Award. Dion Cole, Comedian of the Year Award. Jess Niche, She's new to comedy. She's a rising queen of comedy that's coming up. Y'all look out for her. She's out of Chicago. I got Jeremy Gumbo Christian. He's a mover and shaker, trailblazer. He's given a lot of young comics opportunities on major platforms and stages here in L.A., so he's getting the Trailblazer Award for doing that. Nikki Johnson, I started with her back in the day. She did the first ever comedy on cable network or local cable back in 1990, and she put us on TV and taught us how to be on TV before BET and all of that, so I'm honoring her as the Pioneer Award, giving the Elliott Brothers their Promoters of the Year Award. Let's see who else I got.
The Elliott Brothers have been doing an amazing, consistent job of producing high-quality shows every month, so it's been amazing.
Yes. Daphne Springs, Internet Comedian of the Year. If you guys know her, y'all seen all of her funny skits, and she has really grown. The Poetess, she's getting the Voice of Comedy contributor because she really does help comedians get podcasts on. Louis Dix and all of them have a podcast on her at her studio, and she's been doing it for years and years and years. And so I'm just doing my part, Troy. I'm just doing my part. Then the rest of the weeks are workshops and seminars, and then there's showcases at LA's mainstream comedy clubs, hosted by Monday will be at the Sunset Rooftops, hosted by Tori Hart. Wednesday will be at the Ha Ha Comedy Club, hosted by Mario Hodge. If you haven't seen Mario, y'all need to see him, and it's headlined by Dominique. Thursday will be at the Stand-Up Comedy Club, and that's hosted by Rodney Perry and headlined by Melanie Camacho. And then everybody got to get home and get away from me. Just go. Goodbye. Just go. I'm tired now. I'm tired.
So what is the website is comicsrockconvention.com?
comicsrockconvention.com. I have a
hold on a second. Somebody might have to mute. Is that you, Ertha, in the background? Is that Ertha still there? I don't know. Okay, keep going, Hope.
Yeah, comicsrockconvention.com. I still have the registration open because I got to figure out how to shut it down. Or you can just come to the door. Some people just want to do a one-day pass. I have an entertainment
Hold up. No, people need to know that, though, Hope. So you can still register.
You can still register. And even though it starts tomorrow, people are still trying to register. Some people are just finding out about it, even though I've been promoting it
tomorrow,
for
so
6 months.
It's a good piece.
Oh, yeah, I'll have it at the party and all of that stuff, it'll be nice. So, yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing my part. I'm doing my comedy part.
No, that's awesome. The comicsrockconvention.com, comicsrockconvention.com, just how it sounds, spelled how it sounds. I wanted to bring Hope on to talk about it because we'll be doing a live on IG Live, another IG Live joint, probably today if we get a chance to do it, hopefully before tomorrow. What time does the beach situation start tomorrow?
11 o'clock. It's from 11 to 2.
Okay. All right, now. So y'all can come. It's the beach, so y'all can come beach light.
Beach, and it's going to be at the Dorothy something park in Santa Monica. So it's going to be there.
Santa Monica side of the
website. Yeah. But it's all on the website. It's all on the website. They can go to Comics Rock. Schedule of events are there. The birthday party information is there. The Purple Carpet Party, Purple Card Awards is there. Everything is on the site. I re-edited it yesterday, so everything is there. And so
now you did travel one year. You did go to Atlanta one year. You think about traveling, maybe going east towards DC, B-more area. You think about traveling again?
I did it in Atlanta for a few years when we were shut down for the pandemic. Right. Atlanta wasn't shut down, and it was very successful there. They embraced it and they loved it there. But it's not a problem doing it in Atlanta. It's just that a lot of the celebrities that people want to meet live here, and then I would have to fly these people out, but it worked. It was great. In Atlanta, I honored Ricky Smiley. I honored Marsha Warfield. I honored George Wallace, J. Anthony Brown, because they happened to be there, and Jay lives there now. So it worked. I honored the owner of the Uptown, the other owner of the Atlanta Comedy Theater there. So it worked out there as well. It's just that they didn't get to meet as many celebrities. And comics and they love to come to L.A. They love to come to L.A. They want to work the L.A. comedy stages, even though the Atlanta comedy stages are just as bomb. But it just works here. I'm here. I live here. The main shows are here. The celebs, you'll never know who you might bump into Even just going to eat, you might meet somebody or see somebody. And that's what people love about coming here. Even though it's a little pricey, it's a little bit more expensive to come here. But if you're going to be in this business and you're truly serious about it, you got to come here anyway.
You got to come to LA. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, he was like, what brought you here? I said, I wanted to see how my live show production translated into TV and film. I knew I could do comedy and all this other stuff, but I wanted to see how this machine worked, and it was the best move I could ever make, because you need to see where, they were doing movies and stuff different places, but when these Jewish cats, Metro Goldwyn Mayer, all these cats came out to Hollywood to build something that wasn't built, they said, all right, let's make our own. Let's do our own. And, you hear people like Tyler Perry and everybody saying, we can do our same thing. They did in Atlanta, different places like that. But it's good to see where the origin of something happens and why it functions the way it do. And I got to learn the machine of Hollywood. And it's you realize, we're just a creative people. We can do anything. We've started most of the things that function. So to see how something runs, it was like, oh, okay, this is not. When you come and see how something is done, that's why the Comics Rock Convention is so good. When you talk to people who you actually look up to in comedy and you want to do it, they say, hey, someone like Hope or someone like Rodney and all these people that they've been doing it 30, 40 years and they exist off of it. You start saying, oh, well, there are a lot of things that go with this. And Hope is golden to talk to if you want to find out how to get your entrepreneur on, because this sister, when I tell you 15 of the vending tables at the event will be hers.
I done made hats and stuff. So Hats by Hope. I make custom hats, fedoras, cowboy hats, baseball hats. I have a lip glitter line. And then my son and I have a cannabis line called High Hopes. You can go to highhopes.biz for all your cannabis and CBD needs. I am a healer. I am, you got to do everything in this business. You just have to. And
your brand, and you are your brand. That's one of the biggest things I try to stress to people. Everything else is a product. Hope Flood is her brand. Everything else is her product. So once you realize that your name, you're driving a Ford, it's Henry Ford. Your refrigerator, your hotel you're staying at is the Hilton. That's somebody's name. We are the brand. Everything else you have is a product. So thank you, Hope. Give them the information. Give them the website one more time before we get out of here.
ComicsRockConvention.com for all your cannabis and CBD needs, highhopes.biz, or you can just go to hopeflood.com and everything is there.
Hopeflood.com, just like it sounds. Hopeflood.com. Comics Rock Convention kicks off tomorrow here in Los Angeles. Don't forget, if you haven't registered, register. If you don't know what else is going on, just go ahead and get the information so you can at least come to the beach.
At least. And then we got our farewell boots on the ground, boots and booty. It's going to be too hot for that.
Where is that? No. Where is that? That's what I want to know.
That's going to be at Ladera Park. We're going to do that with my girlfriend. We're going to barbecue and have some ribs and some chicken and some greens.
Boots and corn. Boots.
Yes. We're just hanging out. We outside.
Hopefully, y'all.
Thank y'all.
HopeFlood.com. Check her out. Thank you, Hope, for tuning in. And we'll figure. I think we're gonna do something tonight if you got time.
I will. Thank you. I'll make time. Okay.
All right. Talk to you in a bit.
Bye.
Y'all are tuned into the Tight Knit Radio Show. Doing our thing. I'm Troy Rawlings, one of your hosts on Tight Knit Radio Show. Ertha Harris is in ATL. She's probably listening on the line. Ertha stays on the line. She's somewhere around. But I want to give a big shout out once again. Because before we get out of here, I do have a topic I want to hit on a little bit. But I wanted to give a big shout out once again. D. Chase, owner of The Garage, is starting something with the Tight-Knit family called Derek Chase Loves Karaoke. Tight-Knit presents karaoke and networking event once a month. It'll kick off August 27th, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at The Garage. The Garage is located 6 East Lafayette, right there in Baltimore, Maryland. It's going to be 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. A lot of celebrities, a lot of friends, all the Tight-Knit family be in the building. Ertha Harris will be there. Shauna Devine, Tia Reed, Mully Man, and some other special guests. For more information on that and how you can get involved and how you can be a sponsor, because they will have sponsors. I think they're going to have vending tables. Hit up Ertha Harris at 443-655-7198, 443-655-7198. And, topic. Y'all know me. One of my things I love outside of doing comedy, host events, I'm an author. I talk about love, relationships, all the wonderful things. One of my missions in life is to help men and women communicate better in love. So, with that being said, we still using words like hit, crack, and smash. We still using words like hit, crack, smash, like it's a Marvel TV or Batman and Robin show and the pow and the zoom and the zap. What's going on? Why can't we communicate like adults? What's going on? How can we be more loving in our communication one to another? How can we talk to each other with more love? And we're going to open the lines up to the callers. And you can also call about if you wanted to talk about events. But that's my topic for today. How can we be more loving in our communication one to another? And the reason I kind of delve in, shout out to my writing partner Yonder as well. The reason I kind of delve into the helping men and women communicate better in love, when we started the Taboo Talk Tour 22 years ago, we started noticing that people weren't communicating openly. Now, communication doesn't mean just talk. Communication is a transfer of information. So, ladies, if he comes home and he slouches down in his chair and he's pouting, and you're like, "What's wrong, baby?" He's like, "No, I'm good." What's wrong? By the third time you ask him what's wrong, it's interrogation. You know something's wrong. Fix him a sandwich, figure out something, do something else, let him exhale. It takes men a little longer to deprogram, but our communication and with the state of hip hop and things like that, if you listen to how we as a culture, I studied something else in music. Most music, out of all music, hip hop is the one music that we speak so derogatory against each other. Did you notice that? It's the one music. Why is that? How can we be more loving in our speech to each other? 410-481-1010. Before we get out of here, we'll take some callers. 410-481-1010. And I want some answers. I want some solutions. How can we be more loving? I know some people don't like to be called baby, honey, sweetheart. I remember it was nothing better than hearing somebody call you sweetheart or honey or baby. Those are not the terms we hear all the time now. It's a different generation. And I think one of the biggest things that will help us it may seem like a small thing, but I also realize that how we talk to ourselves is how we talk to others. So if you've been noticing on IG Live at Troy Rawlings Live on IG, on about 5 days a week, I try to speak on love. I try to talk about love and what's going on. So what in the world can we do?
Mr. Rawlings, this is Ertha Harris again, Mr. Rawlings.
Ertha Harris, break it down.
I want to give you a thought that I was thinking about when you were saying this love. I think I've read it in a book or something that there's different types of love, like agape love, there is romantic love. So I think, again, when I'm thinking about you asking us that question, most people are thinking about, you're talking about romantic love. So are you specifically talking about that, or you're saying, like, I love you, you're my friend, I've been knowing you forever, and even with my love for you, I may do something different. Like you said, I might be the type of friend, hey, you can come lay on my couch, stay forever, boom, boom, boom. Some other friend may love you, but like, I don't love you like that, Troy. Now, you can stay a day, but after a while, you got to go. So, like right. You said, how do we show that type of love? And when we're...
And like you said, that's a way of being love, and you're right. They're different. I think all love stems from the agape. Of unconditional love is supposed to be. I think we break down the other loves because you don't have romantic love for your mom or your sister. At least you're not supposed to. Your mom or your sister or anything like that. So that's a different type of love from the romantic love and from the general love. But I think all love is supposed to stem from unconditional love. And like you said, we show it different ways.
And when you're talking about unconditional love, some people feel like that is not a proper way because some people take advantage of your unconditional love. So like if I was a mother and I love my child and I let them get away with everything just because I love them, that's not really what I consider love, because sometimes love can look like that is a little different,
right? Right. But that's the hard part about love. It's hard to love and not be vulnerable. Now, you're not supposed to be. That's why I say also, that's why the whole month of June I was talking about self-love. Because I believe that how we talk to others is how we talk to ourselves. People can know how you talk to yourself. to yourself, Ertha, because everybody you talk to, you encourage. So you know when Ertha looks in the mirror, she's like, you know what, Ertha Harris, you doing that thing. You done did that. Because that's how she talks to everybody else. If you meet somebody and they're usually snarky and snappy and always, their love is different, that's how they talk to themselves usually. So the voice you hear in your head usually comes out your mouth. So so that, I think that may be the key thing. That may be one of the key things. And Deron, definitely let us know if we got any callers or anything coming.
Yes, call us, 410-481-1010, 410-481-10. Please call in. And that's one of the things.
But it was on my head, Ertha, because I saw this young lady talking, and, I see it on a regular basis. Somebody talked about it before, and it was like, why are we using these violent terms for intimacy, like smash and crack and hit? And I thought back, and I was like, well, when you're younger and you talk about, did you score? It had to do with baseball and stuff and kids trying to be sneaky. But when we 35, 40, 50, why is a 60-year-old guy talking about smashing and cracking?
You just said it. You just said it, Troy. How did you because you was taught that because you didn't come up with that. So if the way you was introduced to doing whatever you was doing, did you smash that? Did you hit that? So that's what you learned. But if you were taught properly by someone else, because I always notice that everybody's not in the same box. So while that person is saying that, somebody else is saying it a different way. So I think it goes by who's teaching what. What we don't have community. So if you look back in ancient time, the village was the ones who set all of the ceremonies, the whatever, the standards. Right. And even people weren't getting married by love. People was, hey, you can have my daughter for 2 mules and a horse, or we settled here in this land and we got.
Y'all came up together. These will make good kids. We know where direction they're going. Let's send them this way.
Right.
Exactly. Right. They're prearranged.
Or they was just having sex for reproduction. They had to produce people because the people had to do the land. You have to have people to fight an army. So when we see back in the day, it's not the same purpose when people are having even intimacy and producing human beings. But then as time went on, the way we produce human beings, it has the emotional attachment to it. I got to get married, or my husband is a deadbeat, or whatever. Nobody's saying, wait a minute, how many people do we need to take to run this company? Because when Dad's gone, who he's going to leave it to, or who's going to go?
But there are some people that do it. It's just not usually in our community. There are some people that say, hey, what did the sister Jane Elliott talked about that book, The Birth Dearth? And it talked about how, if you want to have a stronger society, you need to have more babies in your society. And that was a big deal amongst people who don't look like us. And but yeah, we are in a generation and a time that everything is about
those babies. That's the reason why you had them. Now you can have 20 kids, but they may not thought that you had them because you wanted them to build the family empire. They think they just was born here to be whoever they want to be. You send them to a school institution. One might become a teacher.
I definitely want to circle back to this because you said something key. You said you mentioned about the piece of loving the perspectives of the different levels of love. But also, I wanted to talk about the thing in the village that also happened is, say it again, Deron. Did you? Oh, I thought you said something. The thing you mentioned about the village in our communities coming up, Black communities, the original grandmother, the original grandmom, the original women who would say, baby, let me tell you something about men. Let me tell you something about life. Let me pull you aside. That caring, the people who was crawling in the casket because grandma passed away, but they were thugs. But nobody loved me like she did. The people that had a certain poise. And because we're living, it's funny because I did a blog on this. We think we're living longer and healthier. We're actually living longer. The description was we're dying longer. So we're living longer with chronic illnesses because, like you said, environment, health, stuff like that. But because we look younger and take care of ourselves differently, we don't realize that 50s and 60s, those were the people that were sitting on the porch and were the grandparents. So what happened? Is it the fact that the loving part of that community, that village, isn't being passed down the same way?
I think it's because when I look at my mother and my grandmother, they passed down love.
You said you got a call?
Down love. I think he said we got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. He
2 minutes. Okay. Go ahead.
When I look at, like you said.
All right, wrap up in 60 seconds. We'll wrap up the show.
When you look at whatever we're doing, it's passed down based on those people's terms. The love that I'm learning from other women, my mother and grandmother, is because they didn't want me to experience what they experienced. So they showed love by saying, look, be independent. You can love this man, but make sure you get a degree, a college, get the house, get the car, whatever. You see what I'm saying? So when you went into the love format that they went into, they made sure it wasn't the same type of love. You went into a situation where even though I may love this man or love this person, but I was
don't give up your whole life because of it.
Right. So like you said, we do need to have that conversation so we can heal that component. And that's what's wrong with love right now. Love is coming.
Instead of just teaching independence, teaching a healthy interdependence.
Correct. So you definitely should hold more tight-knit radio shows so we can heal ourselves. So when we're talking about love, it doesn't destroy us, but it builds us.
Hey, let me hit this one more time before you get out of here. Make sure you got Ertha's number and you contact her. Don't forget, coming up on August 27th, y'all, at the Garage, 6 East Lafayette, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. We're doing Derek Chase Loves Karaoke. TightKnit presents the networking and karaoke event, a gathering of everybody coming together. Special guests, Shonda Devine, Ertha Harris will be in the building. Got Tia Reed coming through, Tia Reed Jr., Mully Man, and other special guests, all happening at the Garage, 6 East Lafayette, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. You get more information by calling Ertha Harris at 443-655-7198. And I'm Troy Rawlings. You can hit me at Troy Rawlings Live on Instagram or anywhere, Troy Rawlings, RAWLINGS, on social media. And if you DM me, I'll send you a free copy of my ebook as well. Ertha, what do you got to say before we get out of here?
I got to say, guys, please get TightKnit connected because another one of my projects, I'm trying to bring Troy Rawlings to Baltimore. So get on the Bring Troy Rawlings to Baltimore network.
Next time I come to Baltimore, y'all ain't going to know because I'm going to be chilling, eating some crab cakes with my feet up. Shout out to my man, Francis Xavier, director from Baltimore. He's about to open a crab cake spot out here in Los Angeles, him and his wife. So, and you know I love to cook, Ertha, so I'm going to come in town somewhere where I can cook and go.
We got the Garage, man. I'm telling you, the Garage is going to be the place to be. 6 East Los Angeles.
Well, we've been talking about doing a getaway with some who's who. So we've been talking about trying to do a getaway with some who's who. So hit up Ertha about that.
Oh, yeah. So, guys, thanks for listening to the TightKnit Radio Show. Tune in to us every Saturday, 1 to 2 on WOLB 1010. And guess what? You can catch us on the FM side now at 92Q.3 HD. So when you hit that on your radio, just go to the 3, and then you can hear us on FM. So see you next Saturday, 1 to 2. Peace.
Thank you for listening to the TightKnit Radio Show. The conversation does not stop here. Join us at the Tabba TightKnit Cafe, 4603 York Road, Baltimore, Maryland, 21212. Also, get connected and stay connected. For more information, call 443-655-7198. That's 443-655-7198.